Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be discussing on what are some of my predictions for the Euronext French Open 2022, specifically in the men's singles category, which is arguably the most exciting category among all the 5 categories contested. All the materials are actually obtained from these two links. You can check it out yourself. They are very useful websites for us to keep updated. So French Open is just like Denmark Open 2022, which has ended I think just yesterday, and both are actually Super 750 series. Let's start off with Shiuki, the Denmark Open, recently crowned Denmark Open champion. It was a fantastic final match with this man over here, Lee Zijia. But Shiuki against Sitcom Tamasin, looking at how Shiuki has been regaining his form at such a good pace, I think in Japan Open he progressed well enough into I think either quarterfinal or semi-final, and World Championship he and not only that, I think in the Denmark Open he was the champion, so his form has been really superb, and I don't see any reason for me to rule him out. So I think this match would be Shiuki to lose it. But over here, Lee Zijia against Rustavito, it will not be a very easy match for Lee Zijia because he has not had a good track record against Vito, and it always seems that Vito has the formula to actually make life very difficult for Lee Zijia. But I think just like Shiuki, I think Lee Zijia has also been regaining his form of late, and we do not know what is the fitness level of Vito, who has been away from the tournament for quite a number of months. So my pick would still be Lee Zijia, but it will be a very close one, judging from their most recent encounters, in fact, whereby I think in this year itself, Lee Zijia won once and lost once to Vito. Liu Darren against Pranoy. I think in terms of consistency this year, I think Pranoy would be the guy to beat. Liu Guangzu against Li Shifeng. If you recall, in my previous video for the Denmark Open, I have chosen Li Shifeng and he has actually lost, but this time around I am still in favor of Li Shifeng over Liu Guangzu. Thomas Popov against Wang Zuwei. My bet would be for the French young lad to even the score against Wang Zuwei, who has not had a very tremendous, I would say, year for his career this year. Li Chukyu against Chou Tianchen, a very interesting matchup. I think in my previous video I was expecting them to clash, but anyway, this time I am still going to bet for Li Chukyu to win this match against Chou Tianchen. Kunlavut against Cantafon. This is a rather surprising statistics for me because Kunlavut has always been the more consistent player, the one who outshines Cantafon over the past few years. But surprisingly, Cantafon has emerged victorious in their 2 previous encounters. So, but I am still going for Kunlavut to create or establish his first victory against his senior. Samir Verma against Ginting. I think it would be Ginting to take it. To be honest, Ginting has been a bit of a disappointment. His performance in Japan, in Denmark Open, has been he has been underperforming based on my expectation. Laksha Sen against Kidambi, a very interesting match happening this early. In fact, I'm again very surprised by the head-to-head record, whereby Srikanth was up 1-0, and their previous encounter was actually last year's World Championship semi-finals. This time around, I'm going for Lakshya to equalize their record. Rasmus Kemke against Nat Nguyen, who was promoted from the reserve list. I think Rasmus has played decently well last week, able to stretch Victor Axelsen to some extent. So I think Rasmus Kemke would be the favorite. Brian Yang against Kodai Naroka, I would pick the red hot favorite, Kodai Naroka, who has been in superb form this year so far. Very, very consistent. Won his first Super 100 tournament in Vietnam, and actually made it all the way to semi-final last week, to my surprise. Also managed to went very, very deep into several tournaments as well. So very, very exciting player to watch out for. Zhao Junpeng against Ng Kalong. I think I would think that Zhao Junpeng would be the favorite in this match. Victor Axelsen against Kenta Nishimoto. Despite his dip in form, I think, especially when he was down against Lo Ken Yu last week, I still think that it will be too difficult for Nishimoto to match. Jonathan Christie against Hans Christian. It would be Joe Christie. They had a very interesting encounter also in the first round last week, whereby Christie just managed to edge out Wittingus. So I think it will be an interesting match, but Christie will still be the one to take it. Kanta Suniyama against Chico Ora Wadoyo. My pick would be Chico. Lo Ken Yu against Mark Kalju. Wow, surprisingly their first encounter. I think the world champion of 2021 would be the winner for this match. So assuming that all is going according to my prediction, so we have Victor over here, we have Shi over here, Lo Ken Yu, and Chico. Victor against Shiyuki would be a classical encounter. I really look forward to this match if it happens. I think it will still be Victor to take it. Lo Ken Yu against Chico, it will be Lo Ken Yu, and this will be a rematch of last week, just that this time around it is happening in the quarterfinals, and this time around, really difficult to pick, but I think ultimately I would still favor Victor Axelsen to take up the first semi-final slot. Li Zijia against Vito, it would be Li Zijia. Up against Brian Yang or Kodai Naraoka, it will be Kodai. Assuming that they clash, it will be a very, very interesting match between Li Zijia and Kodai. But I would think that Li Zijia should be able to out smash Kodai Naraoka. Jonathan Christie against Zhao Junpeng. I think it would be Jonathan Christie, and should they clash, very, very interesting. I think their match last week was another very closely fought matchup, and tough call, but I think Li Zijia should have it. In fact, if you look at my previous video, I only got Li Zijia right in terms of the prediction for the last 4 spots. Liu Darren against Pranoy up against Li Shifeng. And for this match, I think Li Shifeng would be the winner. Toma Jr. up against Lee Chok Yu. Perhaps Lee Chok Yu should be able to make it to the quarterfinals up against Li Shifeng. It would be the Chinese, I think, who will be making it to the semi-final. Kun La Wood against Anthony Ginting. I think it would be Kunlavut. Laksha against Srikanth. Laksha up against Erasmus. And I think Laksha would be advancing. And should they clash, very, very interesting. I think they have a previous rivalry when they were in the junior years. I think Kunlavut would be able to make it to the semifinals. So there you go, with Axelsen and Li Zijia at the top half, Li Shifeng and Kunlavut at the bottom half. So last week I only got one right, so let's see how many I got right for this week. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.